Mental health is a life sentence without parole. Too many of us carry invisible wounds, trauma, loss, shame, and silence. I created the Crawl, Walk, Run podcast to break that silence, to give a voice to the voiceless. This is not just a show. It is a platform, a place where authors, veterans, first responders, survivors, and everyday people can share their truth without fear of judgment. We crawl through the darkness. We walk toward healing, and we run into purpose. Together, we will build this community. This podcast is about resilience, about stories that matter, and about reminding the world that your voice could save someone's life. I'm your host, Stevo, and this is Crawl, Walk, Run.
The Bronze Star Medal, established by President Franklin D. Roosevelt on February 4, 1944, during World War II. The Bronze Star Medal is one of our nation's most respected military decorations. It is awarded to members of the United States Armed Forces who distinguish themselves through heroic achievement, heroic service, or meritorious service in a combat zone. The American Presidency Project. For some, it represents extraordinary leadership under fire. For others, it recognizes courage in the face of overwhelming adversity. It is more than a medal. It is a symbol of sacrifice, resilience, and unwavering commitment to those who stand beside us in service to our nation. The Bronze Star Medal, earned, never given.
The Purple Heart is one of the most recognized and respected military decorations in the United States. Its origins go all the way back to the American Revolutionary War. In 1782, General George Washington created the Badge of Military Merit. It was awarded to soldiers who demonstrated exceptional bravery or service. At the time, it was a purple cloth heart worn on the uniform. After the Revolutionary War, the award fell into disuse for over a century. Then in 1932, on the 200th birthday of George Washington, the United States revived the award and officially renamed it the Purple Heart. From that point forward, it became a medal awarded to members of the U.S. military who were wounded or killed in action while serving their country. Unlike many military decorations, the Purple Heart is not awarded for achievement or leadership. It represents something far deeper, a sacrifice made in combat. Today, the Purple Heart stands as a symbol of courage, sacrifice, and the cost of defending freedom. Every Purple Heart tells a story of a service member who shed blood in service to the United States. And organizations across the country continue to support these heroes and their families, ensuring their sacrifices are never forgotten. Some medals represent achievement. The Purple Heart represents sacrifice. Roll call: John F. Kennedy, Pat Tillman, Ron Kovic, Oliver Stone, Kurt Vonnegut, James Brady, Tammy Duckworth, Colin Powell, Charles Bronson, Rod Sorling, Dr. Kevin Wallace.
Joel Tavera's story is one of sacrifice, survival, and purpose. Born in Flushing, New York, and raised in Havelock, North Carolina, Joel grew up in a military family where service to others was a way of life. In 2006, he answered the call to serve by joining the United States Army as a communications specialist. On March 12, 2008, during a devastating rocket attack in Iraq, Joel became one of only 2 survivors when his vehicle took a direct hit. He sustained catastrophic injuries, including the complete loss of his vision, a traumatic brain injury, the amputation of his right leg below the knee, severe burns covering more than 60% of his body, and the loss of fingertips on his left hand. What followed was a battle far beyond the battlefield. Through more than 120 surgeries and years of rehabilitation, Joel refused to let his injuries define him. Instead, he chose to live with purpose. Currently residing in Tampa, Florida, Joel continues his mission of service as a spokesperson for Building Homes for Heroes and as the co-founder of WoundedVets.org, using his voice to advocate for wounded veterans and inspire others to overcome adversity. His military service and sacrifice have been recognized with numerous honors, including the Bronze Star and the Purple Heart. But his greatest achievement is the hope he brings to others through his leadership, resilience, and unwavering determination. Joel Tavera is living proof that resilience is not measured by what happens to us. It's measured by our decision to keep moving forward. His scars tell a story of sacrifice. His life tells a story of purpose. And his mission continues.
I am Storytime with Stevo. This is the Crawl, Walk, Run podcast, season 3, episode 21. And let me tell you what, today I have a guest. I had the honor of meeting him in Phoenix, Arizona when I was on a layover. And him and I just had a great old conversation. And I'm not going to delay. So the title of the show is When I Woke Up, My Life Changed Forever. And it is an honor and a privilege to have Purple Heart recipient and Bronze Star recipient Joel Tavera. And I'm going to bring him in here. Joel, what's up, my man?
Hey, what's up, man? I'm doing pretty well, man. How you doing?
I'm doing all right. Did you like that introduction?
I do. It works out well. So it's simple. Keep it interesting, straight to the point. Facts. What about facts? No fake news.
Yeah, man. So every guest that comes on the show, first of all, I want to say thank you. You've been traveling, man. Mexico, Arizona, now back in Tampa. Hey, bro, what does crawl, walk, run mean to you, man?
Crawl, walk, run. Ooh, okay. Crawl, man. From my perspective, I woke up from my coma. Everything was just learning just the basics. Crawling. Learning how to stand and walk was a piece of work with um a walker, crutches, support canes, and then run. It was all accumulation for me because I got injured March 12th of 2008, and by February of 2010, I was able to walk my first 5K.
Okay.
So
I asked every guest, what is trauma? And if you don't have trauma, what do you do to help others with trauma?
oh no, we all trauma. I feel like some people say I don't have no trauma. Oh yeah, trauma.
Are you there?
Hello.
Yeah, I'm here. I hear
Okay,
you.
yeah. We all have a little bit of trauma. I was just we might not know it all the time until later in life. Kind of sad. This is how things are. Trauma wise, it's remembering things that I don't want to remember because things, embedded in your brain. It's what happened. We can't just get over it, but we can deal with it, understanding that we're in a safe place. We're not dealing with that propaganda or mess that's happening because that was over there. We do what we do over there so it doesn't come over here. I was like, I don't know. Trauma, there's all sorts of trauma. Some people have trauma from before the military that they take into the military.
Okay.
So it's just sometimes people don't even know that until, they're made aware, like, oh, okay, well, it is what it is.
So, Joel, what do you do for coping mechanisms for your trauma?
But what don't I do? I sent you some photos. You saw the picture of me, that nice bull elk.
Yeah, I'm showing these while you talk, man.
Yeah. Then you see me just this last Friday and Saturday fishing. I caught a 40-pound Dorado. That'll be a mahi. We know on the East Coast. Mahi. Excellent fish. Great tasting white flaky fish. And caught a 38-pounder and two 35-pounders and a 125-pounder. So caught quite a few mahi. It was cool. Got a sailfish up to the boat, but it came off the hook, which is unfortunate. That's fishing. Tell people I'm here to catch. And as you see in the photos, we're gonna go hunting, but I'm here to kill. So regardless how it is, let's get it done.
Let's talk about that alligator, bro.
Oh, which one? The big gator that I'm sitting on top of?
Yeah, man. Who's that with you?
It's a 12 foot 4 inch gator. I got that in Fort Lauderdale, Florida, and I did that with an organization, Wounded Warrior Outdoor. They're based out of Florida, and they do a lot of wonderful things recreation wise. It's you take guys out fishing. There's trips to Alaska, fly fishing for salmon as they're coming back to spawn, usually every late January, early August. 2 trips, and then there's also halibut fishing, which I didn't see the picture of the halibut. I caught an 80-pound halibut 2 years ago. And I brought it in all on my own, which was awesome. It was a workout. It was still pretty awesome. It's good fishing. Processed everything. I brought back fresh fish, ate for about a year. I miss it. I can't wait to get back out there again. I love, something about being out in Mother Nature is just very peaceful. Not everybody gets into it. Some people pick up hunting after their injury, and it's just peaceful. You're buddies, creating memories, goofing off, occasional drink here and there. It's just you are sometimes in a remote location, which is really nice. I'm sorry, I went off subject.
No.
What was the full question you're asking me again?
And so, the hardest question I ask people is this: what was the military transition like when you left?
It was really shitty. Because obviously I was injured. I got injured March 12th of 2008. I stayed on active duty and was able to pick up another rank. I got out on 2014, December 2014.
So, what rank did you get out as?
Staff Sergeant E6.
Okay.
No. So nothing too crazy. That's the rank that a lot of people get stuck at and can't get out of. And unfortunately, I couldn't go do a billet like, recruiting or drill field to get picked up for 7, but it's okay. I was no longer used to the army, and it's understood. My career was cut short, and that's fine, but that just kind of sucked. Back into my career, I was mostly going around talking to WTUs, battalions, showing them pictures of my recovery, my vehicle, just motivating guys and kind of pushing out, not pushing people out, but giving people another perspective. Like, look, our WTUs in Hinesville, Fort Stewart, Georgia, but there's a platoon of severely injured guys down in Tampa, Florida, and we're not just going to the beach on the daily. A lot of these guys are quadriplegics, paraplegics, a lot of nonverbals, and I was the more severely burnt guy. It wasn't cool, but it wasn't great. But I was also the blind guy too.
So, why don't you talk about some of the amazing nonprofits that you have been working with and that have helped you and other veterans?
Oh, yes. Building Homes for Heroes, BHH.org, out of New York. I'm 2010. I'm in the hospital, the James A. Haley VA. A gentleman comes in to say hello, and he tells my dad, I want to build him a home. So start the process. That was 2009, actually. He came in. And I don't remember because I was hopped up on all sorts of drugs, and it was weird. Everything was like a slew. It was weird for me. Things came about. 2 years later, I was presented a home. There was a video I think you could have seen on YouTube. It was Joel receiving his home. It was on Sean Hannity's show.
Yeah, I have a picture.
Yeah, then also I had over 1,000 people attended my home presentation. We came in with there's Freedom Riders, Legion Riders. Then it was fire trucks. Then my wheelchair accessible van. I was in those dinky AC uniforms, which were absolutely horrible and hot unnecessarily. And got him in, got out, went and sat down, waited to do the ceremony, opened in prayer. I think I may have been the first house presentation where I required, like, I won't put anything in the house until I have it prayed. I want it blessed before I move anything into it. So I had a Army chaplain from San Antonio come. We flew him out. He gave a invocation and put a blessing on the home, and then opened the doors. We cut the ribbon, and then everybody walked through the house to see how it looked like, and then the story starts there. I
You,
received at age 27. I received a home more no 26, 26 or 27. I received a mortgage free home.
okay, so you living at home still now, right?
Yes, I currently am in this home. Yes,
Okay.
I am.
So what now? What do you do? You work with them now, right?
Yes, none is not working. I'm an ambassador for them. I want to
Hey,
help them build more homes for veterans, and we currently have the Lowe's Roundup program. If you get a Lowe's home improvement and you see at the cash register, they'll ask you, "Would you like to round up for a non to give to a nonprofit?" For instance, you go buy something that's like $4.19 or $4.25. They ask you to round up to the next dollar. Every cent, every penny between that and the fallen dollar goes to the organization. And what it does, it goes to build homes for veterans, mortgage-free homes. Cool part is that we've had initiatives over the last few years. This year is our 50, 500, and 5,000 initiative, which we're actually on track to cover. This year, we would have gifted 50 homes to 50 veterans and their families, including their families. We'll give our 500th home sometime in December, probably right before Christmas. And we would have helped 5,000 veterans when it comes to athletics, sports, academics, mental health, and even financial advising. So, creating a network that we give you a home, but we don't leave you alone unless you want to be left alone. But we have these resources for you. And if you don't want to deal with the VA, you don't have to. Let's give you another avenue to stay close if you want, or do as little or do as much as you'd like.
great. So guess what, Joel? It's
What's
your
up?
it's your story now, man.
What about my story? My story is no different than the other veteran. I joined the military a year after high school because I wanted to try out college. Community college was a bit of a joke, but I'm thankful I did it. So I got the feeling that I realized school wasn't for me until I joined and realized I should have never quit. But it's okay because everything happens for a reason. Take a class here and there in the military, realize it's hard to juggle that when going to the field, and then how to do CQ duty, fire watch occasionally, which it's kind of funny having to do that even after basic training once in a while. I'm like, dang. Well, basic training, then AIT, and then when I got to my unit, get chosen for that maybe like once every 3-4 months, which wasn't bad. Put in rotation, be there with one of my sergeants, go help out, do what I got to do. It was pretty easy. Just seemed better when I wasn't, when I was back, when I was actually with the Green Army versus being, just a student. I don't know. It's has been good. Uh, joined, I joined March 12th of 2006. I signed my paperwork saying I was going to leave May 30th of 2006. So that was my official paperwork that I didn't realize I could have got out of, but I didn't because I went forward with what I was going to do. And I got the job that I wanted. Well, kind of, but I wanted a communications job that was open to learning a lot of things, and it kind of was the deal. So,
I was definitely telling you, hell, you connected better than half of my guests, man. And you were like, "Hey, I'm communications. I'm gonna figure it out." So
yeah, for the most part, it just is what it is. And then if I don't like it, then after my 4 years, I can re-enlist for a different job. But
so
I already had my plans to get out, as it wasn't for me. I mean, the army, the military was for me. It's just I felt like my peers were not as good as I had crappy peers. Promotions came about pretty pretty quickly because I did the right thing. And I'm like, I shouldn't be rewarded for doing the right thing all the time. Should always be doing the right thing to begin with. So, and my dad was always joking with me, like, what? Like, yeah. He's like, oh, you really know your stuff. Yes, sir. I do know my stuff. Thankfully, the right people recognized it. I wasn't trying to impress anybody. I just did my job, did it well, made mistakes, admitted when I was wrong, tried not to lie about things, and took the responsibility for things when I didn't want to. But, if I lose a weekend or two of my freedom, that's fine. But at least I told the truth versus the average Joe would lie to get out of doing something. Not for me. So, plus, when you're private and you're busted down one rank, it doesn't really mean much because E1 through E3 is still a private.
So you were busted, huh?
I was never busted. No, no, no. I'm saying I would have been busted if I wasn't honest.
Okay.
I know
Okay.
people who none of us got busted, but I only got one weekend of duty. The other guys got multiple weekends of duty because I told the truth. I didn't. It's amazing when you have a few soldiers that get into some mischief and you're required to go talk to a senior enlisted individually, not together, but individually. They get a different story every time. And when they kind of figure it out, they don't act immediately. At least the smart ones don't. They don't act immediately. They may get pissed off, but then they look at it, like, what's this, and this? Like, this makes sense. Who do you believe?
So Joe, I
Yes,
want you
sir.
I want you to tell our guests, because our guests are probably figuring like, why is his name there, but he's not there? I want you to tell them that you turned your trauma into something amazing. Like, you're an ambassador, you're an advocate. Man, you travel so much. Like, I'm communicating with you, man. You're everywhere, man.
I
You
was
travel.
just in Arizona. I flew to Tucson. Yeah, I am everywhere, but it's
Weren't you
that
in
was they paid for the flight, thank God. I mean, I'm not made of money. Looking
But
forward to this increase we're supposed to get at the end of the year.
you were in Mexico, right?
Yeah, we drove down to Mexico. Yeah,
Okay.
wasn't bad.
So I don't think a lot of our guests know that you're completely blind. And let me ask,
Yes,
in your house, you have everything basically memorized, don't you?
yeah, pretty much. I'm walking around my room right now without a cane because I know where everything's at. I touch parts of the walls, parts of my furniture.
Wow.
We're talking and I'm walking around the room right now.
But you know what? There are people out there struggling right now, man, that they're not even blind. Like, they just have given up hope. And I want you to tell them what it's like to live again.
Well, unfortunately, our happiness is not something you choose to be happy. And there's minor things that make us happy. Like I love when I talk to guys I serve with. When I make new buddies. It's just staying actively connected. And think about it. Our social skills, a lot of us joined the military when we're 17, 18 years old. We're not fully developed as human beings, as humans. And we go into the military where, we're taught to be, some of us are taught to be killing machines, and some of us are just taught to be just soldiers or airmen or sailors, whatever they become, whoever they are. And you have a different purpose. You went from, I just got out of high school and may or may not be married. Then I'm on my own, I'm away from mom and dad, still developing. And, this is weird. And then within 3 to 4 years, you've got two new human beings you're in charge of, maybe three or four. You're either a fire team leader, squad leader, depending on how small your unit or your platoon is. And, you got responsibility. So it's kind of neat. I don't know. I don't know what's going with that story. I have a pretty severe traumatic brain injury. So I know I was going somewhere with that.
And you're fine, dude. I mean, I'm just honored that you're on the show, man, because like, you're out there everywhere engaging. But you and I had a conversation on the phone last night, and I want you to tell the people, our listeners, not all veterans get help, do they?
No, now veterans do get help. That's true. The thing is, if you want to leave the VA alone, they'll leave you alone. They're not going to look for you. They're not going to knock on your door, but they're not going to look for you. Unfortunately, it's a resource that we have, and they're not all created equally, unfortunately. You have issues, a lot of scandal that's happened throughout the VA because it is a government entity, and I'm no longer working for the government, so I can speak. I've had a great experience with the VA because I stayed connected. We have the old White House VA hotline I learned about years after it was created. It was shortly after the current president came in 2017. He created that the White House VA hotline. The last president changed the name of that particular hotline. You have any issues, you call the number, you tell them where you're at, you give them some information, your social, your name, the problem. They write it up. It gets sent to somebody at DC. And as we all know, shit falls downhill when it goes to DC to the seniors of the Department of Veterans Affairs. It falls pretty fast. So within 3 to 4 days, business days, you hear back from the chief of that department at your VA because they got someone talk to them like, hey, what's going on? Let's be real here. Everybody's looking to advance and move up. And let's say, for instance, you're in such and such place. Someone sees you're doing a good job. They're like, they select you and they want you to move up. You get promoted. You go to the highest levels of seniority. But if you have ticks on there saying, hey, they're a problem person, they have had a lot of issues with veterans calling about having issues getting what they need service wise, that doesn't look good. So the same thing was like, that's why I guess generals, colonels, full bird colonels, a lot of them keep their noses clean, and generals too, because they want to be selected for the next rank.
So let me ask you a question. So
Mhm.
we currently have well, I don't know if it's a war or not, but
It's a
we're
conflict. It's a conflict. That's all. Is a
always
conflict.
going to have conflicts with other countries, and
Yes.
we're going to have service members come back wounded. And I remember
Yes.
something that stuck with me when you were on the phone with me last night, and I appreciate the phone call, man, because that really meant a lot to me because like that was a brother talking to a brother. But you
Yeah.
told me one thing, and you said that you remained on active duty. And I think that other service members should know this, that instead of just getting boarded out, didn't you say that when you were on active duty, the care that you received, like at the burn unit, wounded warrior transition unit, um, everything was priority?
Yes, that's correct. Everything was priority. But unfortunately, the big old green army realizes, hey, after 1 year of being injured, if you can't go back to doing your job, you have to start your med board. But your med board could take a year, could take 2 years, could take 3 years. But they have to do a proper, thorough thing. But while you're going through that process, they can't really start it if you have emergency surgeries to take care of. Because according to the DOD, written in black and white, you cannot start a med board until you've reached your optimum medical benefit. That means if there's a top tier surgery you need to have done, you tell them you need to have it done and you have surgery. I had issues where I was here at the VA here in Florida. I caught MRSA. My head was healing, so the burns, they couldn't fix it, even with cadaver skin. So we made a phone call, my parents did, and they had me on a medical flight from Tampa directly to San Antonio. If I was a veteran, that would have been on me, and then I would have been fighting with the VA to pay me for a ticket for something that may or may not have been approved. I went there, I had the skin graft done. They expected it to take they wanted at least, I think, at least 60% of it to take. 90% plus took. So the head healed very quickly, months after. But they flew me out there, they took care of everything. Went to the military hospital because I was still on active duty. And you can still go to military hospitals as a veteran. Certain ones been seen at before. I do recommend that Burn Center and Brook Army Medical Center or San Antonio Medical Center. I heard that they changed the name. So it was pretty cool. little bit of everybody there.
So Joe, we're just at 30 minutes now. We're gonna go to a commercial break,
Okay.
and I'm gonna let everybody know that you don't have to donate. This is just a video that I found of Joe explaining to the American Legion. He did a video for them what the American Legions do for veterans.
Yes, they did in 2015. That was years ago, though. 11 years ago now. I cannot say now that I had good luck. As soon as I left the military, I had them, and they helped me immediately because obviously, not the VA had to, but the VA was dicking around with me about something, and they got that sorted out very quickly. I was very surprised. But if you don't ask, no one won't help you if you don't ask. But if you ask the wrong people, it could take forever.
So how many, real quick before we go to commercial
Mhm.
break, looking at the picture of you with the elk, and when I met you in Phoenix, you had a baseball hat on and sunglasses, but you're starting to look a lot better, man. I mean, are you getting different surgeries?
No, I haven't had surgery. I haven't had any plastic surgery on my face or anything else. It's just skin grows back.
Okay.
More different, using different types of lotions and ointments, and just I don't know. I although I don't like the humidity that much, my body responds better to humidity than it does dry heat.
Okay.
So still little parts coming back over from the West Coast, but it is what it is.
But I want
Um,
to understand these pictures I'm showing you, like you're on the boat with a person and you're fishing.
yeah.
Like you're having a good time, man. You're enjoying, but you're also speaking to veterans while you're out there, right?
Yeah, I am. It's fun. We're goofing off. We're legitimately goofing off. Like being in the military, except for we're not in uniform anymore. We don't have to worry about, not crossing lines because, you may know your NCO. You might have a beer with him in the out and like outside of work, but at work, you kind of have to lock up and listen because although you're friends, you still have to play the game. And there's none of that mess. So I'll mess around and like crack jokes and just pick on like a senior non-commissioned officer. I could have never got away with that in the military. As a veteran, I can. And if you come to hang out, come with thick skin, because I don't take off gloves, so it's kind of
So
fun.
we're gonna go to commercial break, all right?
No problems.
All right, brother, here we go.
All right, man.
My name is Joel Tavera. I served my nation as a signal support specialist with the United States Army. On March 12, 2008, a rocket projectile struck my truck from afar. 3 guys were killed that day. I was burned over 60%. I lost my leg, my vision, was in a coma for 81 days. Of course, I suffered a traumatic brain injury. I'm thankful. I'm thankful to God that I have my life, I have my solitude, I have my health. I feel blessed. And I'm thankful for nonprofits and organizations such as the American Legion, because the American Legion is there for us.
For nearly 100 years, the American Legion has been on the forefront of veterans affairs in America. From the authoring of the GI Bill, to creating thousands of jobs, to getting veterans just like Joel the life-saving medical care they need. The American Legion is there for our veterans.
The American Legion gives veterans like me a place to belong. They help us veterans in all aspects of life, medical, financial, and even emotional.
Right now, a veteran is in desperate need of your support. Will you join with the American Legion today? Let our veterans know you haven't forgotten them. Your monthly gift helps our veterans get the benefits, medical attention, and jobs they sacrificed for. When you call or go online in the next 10 minutes to support our veterans with your gift of just $19 a month, only 63 cents a day, we'll send you this patriotic commemorative coin. Display it with pride, knowing that you've done your part to support our veterans and their families. Will you join with other patriotic Americans who care and support the American Legion today?
Your gift lets our veterans know you haven't forgot about them. All I know is the American Legion is there to help any veteran, anytime, any place.
Please call now. If operators are busy, go to supportlegion.org now.
So you there, Joe?
Yeah, man. What's up?
Yeah, so I just want the people to know that you don't have to donate because Joel just, agreed to do the video, for support. And if you are a part of those organizations, then you're already donating and you're already helping veterans. So as we get to the end, because you gave me 45 minutes of your undivided attention.
Told you,
So
man. No problems.
um, if someone's struggling out there, Joel, what what would you say to them?
Oh man, I'd reach out to a friend, but the thing is, when I say reach out to friends, we don't all want to cry about things, and well, my personal thing is prayer. Yeah, I'm a man of faith, so like, there's a few things. That's why maybe the way I stuck out to you. I'm maybe a little vulgar, but I am a man of faith. I'm not a filthy mouth, not a potty mouth. It's just I speak sometimes. I speak what's on my mind. A lot has to do with the traumatic brain injury. But I'm very blessed. I have a platform. I've been given opportunities to do things I'd have never been able to do. Because my whole picture is, hey, look, I survived. A few people died that day, and I feel for their families. I really do. I only knew one person in the vehicle that died. That's what sucked. Other than that, yeah, I would say prayer. For me, it's been prayer, and keep myself busy. There's so many programs out there. Gets you linked in. You make friends, stay connected. Some people just don't. It's like you start with people and then you go different places, and as soon as you link up again, it's like nothing ever changed. Like nothing, you guys start back from where you last started. But it comes like that, but through other organizations.
Joel, since you've been out of the military
Hmm.
and you've been out on these excursions and veteran meetups,
Hmm.
anyone that served with you prior before you got injured?
Um, yeah, no, actually, I hate to say it, no, because no one from my unit got injured in combat.
So explain to them that this was your first patrol, right?
No, this was my first deployment, and it was it wasn't patrol. Oh no, I was in a truck. We were heading out the base to go watch. They call it Haji Guard, but apparently it said they don't like being called Haji because a lot of them never been to Mecca.
Okay.
Yeah, we're heading out. We're heading out of the base, and a rocket attack happened to the base, and they got a lucky shot. But 10 months later, a postcard arrives from a First Sergeant Leo out of 5th Special Forces Group who's been retired for some time now. And they found out who it was, and they took care of the problem. They could never hurt another service member ever again. And then those words, you know what that kind of means.
Oh, they went out there and got them.
Yes, they did, but you can't just grab anybody because, we have rules of engagement, rules of, I'm so thankful for PSYOPs and civil affairs. I'm so thankful for those guys. Because over there for the girl Greenback, the person would sell their own brother for like $50,000 to $100,000. A little bit of intel can go a long way.
Yeah, amazing. So you disclosed something last night that I
Hmm.
want to, because even though that you're injured and you're a survivor, you get a lot of hate, don't you?
Do I? I've gotten a lot of hate for the hunting I do. Yes.
Okay. So explain that. Why do other veterans feel about that? Why do other veterans, or is it civilians?
About what now?
Um, you were saying that. Remember, you were saying last night about how um, almost like you were put up, because you were injured. The military used you, and I don't know really how we were talking about that. You were saying that I don't know if people are jealous or people just think that you were like some kind of spokesman and you were like a golden child,
Oh
but you're
yeah.
you're not a golden child. You're
No. I'm
You're a
not.
fucking survivor, man.
Yeah, that's what it is. For some people, it's because of the example. And a lot of people, I realize, a lot of organizations call me to come back to events because they like my essence, I guess you could say, my energy that I bring. Because I'm not a moper. I'm not down. I'm not really that depressed about things. If I'm down, I'm willing to talk with you. I'll listen because sometimes another veteran just needs someone to listen. And if
Definitely.
I'm here and I have time, like, okay, cool. Let me see what's going on. I like, you want a perspective? I can give you a perspective. If you don't want a perspective, that's fine too. Like, let's get connected. What's your number? We'll stay connected. Shoot me a message every once in a while because I forget. But if I do remember, I'll reach out. Like, what do? You work? Yeah, okay. Yeah, that's cool. Well, then we'll be in contact. I'll shoot you a text and I'll shoot you a photo, and there you go. Add that to my contact. Reach out to me anytime. So a lot of veterans that could reach out to me, but unfortunately, they're between the West Coast and the East Coast. And yeah, they're mostly there. No, they're not in any other places.
So, Joel, I'm not going to put you on the spot on this one, but when
So
we're sitting at the airport, I was blown away that you have a different way of communicating because you ordered the audiobook, my audiobook, The Broken Mirror.
yeah, I
You
did.
you put your phone up to your like the side of your face.
Hmm.
Explain to everyone how you do that.
That was the voiceover. My screen reader reads to me, and I put the volume lower because, to be honest, it's pretty loud, and it's irritating if it's out speaking. So everybody else is projecting what I'm actually listening to. If I have it closer to my ear, that right ear that I was doing that to is perforated. I have a hole in that eardrum, so now I use a hearing aid. Yeah, I don't know how the hole happened, but it happened, and I want to avoid having surgery. So I have surgery. I'm stuck in Florida for 4 weeks. That would drive me crazy. I'm gone at least once every 3 to 4 weeks. I'm stuck here for 4 weeks straight, which happened once. My energy kind of like went down, and like it just drains because I don't like the heat. I run really really warm, so my house either stays really cold or my room stays really cold, and then the rest of the house is so. But I'm usually trying to get out and go places. I like different seasons. Yeah, different seasons, different places, different smells. Salt water, the salt smell kind of gets old after a while. Yeah, like I said, it
Where's
is what it
Joel
is.
going next? Where's your next adventure taking you?
North Carolina.
And you're going there for what?
There is a Titanic museum. There's a Titanic museum expo. They're bringing something out to the Carolinas. Unfortunately, yeah, actually, no. If I was going to Raleigh, I'd be going there to celebrate the Hurricanes. They just won the Stanley Cup. So happy. There's only two jerseys I have because I live in Tampa, Tampa Bay Lightning. And then I've always had a Canes jersey because I grew up in North Carolina. That's my home. That's all I know. All those born somewhere else, that doesn't matter. Those other places are frivolous. Where I learned to be me, and where I learned to be me, and where I did everything that was important to me as a kid, would be that state. So, but yeah, so I have a Canes jersey too. I was following the games, hoping that the Knights wouldn't make it, and I was super excited that shut them out 3-0 last night. That was a good win. Good way to end a Stanley Cup series. Went to 6 games, and that's okay. I wish it could have been, 5 games, but whatever.
Well, you and I were on the phone last night. You were getting ready to eat some pizza and go listen to the UFC.
Yes, I did. Yes, I did. Listen to it. The UFC
Why don't
fights.
you, why don't
I
you talk
called.
about that?
Go
I
ahead.
didn't, but I did notice some people got their asses kicked.
Yes. Most of the fights all were under 5 minutes. And the sad part about it was I called every fight, and I told the guys, like, look, don't underestimate a person because the almost last fight was an American and a Brazilian guy. The Brazilian guy came in strong in the first 2 rounds. The last 3 rounds were taken by the American. The American messed him up. I was like, what's going on? They're explaining to him, like, you see, told you, that's just how that dude fights. And this is what it is. But the fights were wonderful. I'm actually glad they did that. And the tickets were for the troops, which was even better. Little tasteless. One of the guys won. He had his little microphone, and unfortunately, I feel like he just struck some division in America when he said the thing about the former first lady.
Yeah, I heard that.
I,
And
I laughed a little bit. I thought like, man, uh, I thought like, man, it was not political. That whole thing wasn't political until he said something.
do you get invites for stuff like that?
I have. I've been to a few Lincoln dinners down in Sarasota for the Republican Party of Florida. I've been invited to a few different things, mostly there. Yeah, I get some invites, but not too many because, like I say, I'm low key. Um, Joel Tavera is kind of out of the limelight. I'm only around when I'm needed, and I'm okay with that because there's a lot of things I want to do. But if I get myself stuck into something else, then it's gonna have me committed to some things that are gonna cause me to do things either I don't want to do, or not allow me to do some of the things I want to do. So, living for myself and still living to help others, can't do too much about it.
Well, Joe,
Um,
all due respect, man.
what's
So we're at the end of the show, and I just want to say one thing to you.
up, buddy?
This is where you freely speak. Okay.
Uh huh.
Remember, this is not PG. So I want you to say exactly what the hell is on your mind for the people listening.
What's on my mind? Not a whole lot on my mind, to be honest. I'm a little tired. Just got back from a trip. Can't wait to jump in the shower and probably go to sleep. But honestly, I just wish a lot of things were different. We do have conflicts going around the world. There's conflicts happening in the world that we're not fully aware of. We don't get the details about it. Like recently, I just read a B-52 bomber in California had crashed.
Yeah, I just saw that tonight.
Yeah, I read that earlier today. I was like, I didn't see it on the news, but I told my mom that. She's like, what are you talking about? I'm like, Mom, if you read your news, you'd get better news than whatever's on TV. But it's just like, it is what it is. So I'm like, there's a little bit of truth in everything that's out there, but everybody's got their own angle and their own perspective. And that's fine because we're in America and we're entitled to that. It's just kind of funny. Oh, there's a lot of negative publicity and a lot of different things going on across the board. But I really am like, look, whatever. It is what it is. This too will pass. And most cases, I hope the news gets their stuff together. I've been in quite a few news stations, ABC, NBC, mostly Fox and Univision. No, not Univision. Telemundo. That's pretty much been it. I can't really get on board with CNN because they put a false story out. When I got injured, they put out that I was injured. I was 14 rockets hit or 13 rockets hit my truck, my Humvee, and turns out I wasn't in a Humvee, and it was only one rocket. But it's funny because that's the only bio that's online right now.
See,
That's not correct, and I won't change it or post another one on because I love when people just find that, pull it, and take it for fact.
you weren't in a Humvee.
No, it was not in a Humvee, but that's what the story online says.
What were you in?
I was in an up armored Suburban.
Oh, okay. Were
Yeah,
you
you
the
see, minor details, but details make up a lot of information on the facts.
so you were in one of those Suburbans that had all the communication system in it?
No, this was just the up armored ones you could take off the base. You could take them off the base, and you could actually take them outside the first or second, even the second. You could take them outside the first and second on perimeter of the base.
Okay.
Yeah, well, the up armored with the run flat BF Goodrich mud terrain tires, the big old like thick that a lot of tread on them.
Okay.
And those are the run flats.
So, Joe, before we go,
Yes, sir.
I know you're unable to do a review on my book like on Amazon or something. So
Which I couldn't do that.
you listen to the audiobook. Can you tell the people a lot
I
of
have Yes, I have listened. I listened only to half the book, to be honest. I haven't finished reading the whole book. The book's been pretty decent. I like it because your perspective, how it's perceived, how you put it out there, it's just unique. It gives your perspective. And I find it that a lot of people have books. And yours is done a lot differently than most of the other books I read.
did
So
it was right there talking to you.
Yeah, that was just kind of cool. I was like, oh, so it's easier. I do a lot of traveling. That's why I told you I'd get into it, and I didn't get a chance to get to it immediately. I had quite a few trips. Last time I touched on it was late last year. I had was it September? Yeah, I went to South Africa September last year.
Yeah, I believe you listened to it on the aircraft on your way
Yeah,
home. We
I
met.
did. I did, and then after that, I got back. I went a little ADHD, and I got into another book. So not that I forgot about you. Then
What books do you listen to, man?
self-help books, usually Christian faith based or not educational, like stuff like building, leadership building books, leadership books. Some not too many fictional books anymore, like I used to.
So, last two things I'm going to ask you, Joe. Thank you very
Mhm.
much for being on the podcast.
No problems.
What is the most inspirational quote that was ever told to you since your accident?
Since my accident, ooh, ouch. That's leaving me. Sad part is I heard it before. I heard it before my accident.
Okay.
So but after the accident, I've heard a lot of things. Too
Who's the
neat.
most inspirational person that you met?
Inspirational?
Yeah, that has like you have met or was on the wish list, your bucket list. Have you met any former presidents?
Yes, I have. I first met I met Biden, Joe Biden, former President Joe Biden. I met him when he was vice president. Then I later met him as then I met Barack Obama 2 years after that. No, the year after that I met Barack Obama. Then year after that I met George W. Bush. Then yeah, so the three people I served. Well, I didn't serve under Biden, but Biden was vice president when I was in. So got coins from all those people. Yeah, I got out in December 2014 because I was kind of in fear what the military was going to look like if they got gutted again. But that's how things are. You roll the punches. A lot of people either got out or moved on to different careers. They couldn't do much about it because as the commander in chief must respect the position. You might not respect the person, but you still got to respect the position. So I tell people, you signed a line for a reason. You belong to Uncle Sam.
Well, Joe, that's it, man. I know you're tired. You want
I
to go.
am.
I appreciate it. It's
No
extremely late
problem.
here right now. I'm
Oh
glad
no, man, it's all good, man. Don't worry about it. I'm not too worried about it. We're good.
I'll send you the link. This is going to stream on Wednesday.
Thank you.
So, like I said, take the bio trailer and use it for your public engagements. And I'll definitely tell you that I'm about to go out on the road in October and I'll be freely driving wherever I went in the United States. I'm definitely not going back to Florida, man, because I was down there all last year. But
I'm
if
sorry. I am so sorry. Like I don't know how people do it here. I'm like I got air conditioning, so I'm good. But then like I'm able to go and leave, and I go to places where the weather's a little nicer.
well, I'll tell you, man, I think the podcast that you just did will give hope to some people, man.
I hope so.
I really do, man. I know that a lot of our veterans are tossed to the side, man. And this is why I do this. I do it for free. I'm glad that you're out there as a freaking survivor, man. It was an honor meeting you in Phoenix. And this is not the end, man, because when you're abroad and I'm talking to you, maybe I'm going to come abroad because now I just got my passport.
Yeah, well, you know what? It's a lot easier to get the passport in the last year than it has any other time, which is funny to me. I'm like, look at that. After everybody being cooked up during COVID, that fraud of Dr. Faulty's fraudulent, which is it's a real thing. They really kill people, but it's just like zinc, vitamin C, uh, some other kind of medications, and like natural vitamin, like vitamin C, like outside. It's all you really needed. And if you had issues with I had friends that had asthma that got COVID multiple times and are still alive today. And even heart problems. But a lot of them got the ones that took the jab. A lot of them had heart problems. A lot of male friends ended up with heart problems that they couldn't get rid of. I was like, yeah, well, now that they're releasing everything, turns out maybe the jab wasn't good for everybody. But they tried to force it. It was in a state that didn't require it. So when people took vacations, they came down to Florida, which is kind of funny. I'm like, oh, they're like, oh, like, no. The places that were heavily populated with deep concentrations of people with COVID were more down towards Palm Beach, Miami, Dade County, and those areas, like the bigger areas. They're all about that situation. I just upped my vitamins and kind of chugged along, and I did okay. Came in contact, got a lot of nosebleeds due to testing. Go all the way and then just touch his cavity. Freaking sucked. But, get it back. PRC, PCR, like, you're negative. Like, thank you. 20 minutes later, 30 minutes later, find out I was good or not. So it's not too bad. So I still managed to travel because nobody wanted to travel. I'm like, can't be scared of a virus because, you can wash your hands. You can wear a mask when you have to. It's not that hard. It's simple, basic hygiene.
Well, look, Joe,
Yeah,
I'm just going to tell you, man, you're out there absolutely killing it, man. And I am very proud of you. And you should be very proud of yourself because there's a lot of people, man, that give up hope. And you have the hope. And I believe that uh, you inspire people, man. You inspire me, man, because I
appreciate that, man.
don't think I could do it, man. I don't think I could do what you went through, what you endured. But you know what, man? There are people out there that have given up. And I just hope that this this episode at least reaches one person, brother.
Well, that's not all that really matters to me. I would go up to the WT in Fort Stewart and speak to the soldiers. A lot of injured guys, either National Guards or reservists. They're either malingering or just, enjoying getting a paycheck, being on active duty, dealing with whatever medical issues they may or may not have had. I went up there 3 times to talk to the troops. I I made an impact on one, and the 3 times I went up were well worth it because that one listened to me, met me. We were the same. She was my peer, and she got her stuff together, and she became cadre.
Nice.
So like that right there was enough for me just knowing that I impacted one soldier. And
Nice.
I don't know if she's still in the military or not, but she's like, so, like, Tavera, like what? Like, I really don't have that many problems. Like, I don't know why I can't just be here. Like, I want to stay on active duty, but I don't want it to be just a charity case. I'm like, yep, I don't want to be a charity case too. I'm recovering, but I don't mind coming to talk to soldiers. I want to do that. I want to motivate people to do better because thing is, if you're really not going to be around for the long haul, get your med board, get out. Because there's no need to stay around here because WT is here for the wounded. If you're really wounded, you should be here. If you're not that wounded, there's differences. I'm not gonna, compare people's injuries to injuries, oranges and apples. There's no reason to do that. People get a little upset. I'm like, look, I was like, yeah, because I laugh at the whole amputee thing. I'm below the knee, so my below the knee amputation is just a paper cut. I have lots of friends that are above the knee, really high, and some are double, and they're still walking. There's no excuse.
Wow.
There's no excuse. Like now, I'm like, like, what do I have to complain about? A little bit of nerve pain? I was like, nah, I'm good. That guy's got it worse. I'm like, but hey, you know what? It's all perspective. And as someone told me long ago, someone's got it worse than you, and that's true. I've met 3 other people who got it worse than I do. And one of them is living his life. He got married years ago. He's got a wonderful teenage daughter. And he got out of the military. He lost both his legs, one above, one below. And he's blind as well. He's not
Wow.
as active and busy as I am because he's a married man, so he has to stay home. And I don't blame him. I'm doing as much as I can before I get a chance to settle down. And then once I do settle down, I'll be less active with the whole flying thing. Just a few trips a year. Places I particularly want to go. It won't always be about me. It'll be about me and where my partner will be, and kids and stuff. So
It's all about respect, man. Thank you
yeah,
for
man.
your undivided attention and being on the show. And always remember, man, crawl, walk, run, brother.
All right, brother. Thank you, man. Appreciate that.
I'm
Take
gonna
it
let
easy.
you know, and I'll send you the link when it's done downloading. And let's not be strangers, man.
Nah, man, we will. This is not, I'll shoot you messages like, hey, where you at in the world?
Yeah, man. And thank you for keeping it real, man. Thank you for being honest, man.
No
Really.
problem, buddy. No problems, man. Take it easy, brother.
Love, peace, and joy, man. Have
All
a
right.
good one.
Bye now.
So I am Story Time with Stevo, and that was one hell of an interview with Joel. So this is the Crawl, Walk, Run podcast, season 3, episode 21. When I woke up, my life changed forever. This guy's killing it, man. Like, I'm emotional right now. And I told one of my friends that I was going to interview Joe, and he's a ranger, and he told me, knock it out of the park, man. You're doing good shit for people, dude. And don't thank me. Just follow, like, and share. I am Storytime with Stevo. Y'all have a great one.
We were trained to endure, to adapt, to overcome, but nobody prepared us for what comes after the uniform comes off. This season, we're pulling the curtain back on the system veterans are forced to survive, not just serve. From suicides happening at VA hospitals, to mental health care that falls short, to growing fears about disability compensation ratings and cost cutting. We're asking the questions no one wants answered. Why are veterans still fighting for care? Who's really being protected? And who's being left behind? And what happens when silence costs lives? This isn't politics. This isn't opinions. This is lived experience. Season 3 of Crawl, Walk, Run, where we stop whispering, start questioning, and refuse to stay silent.
Crawl, Walk, Run has been brought to you by Storytime with Stevo. And speaking for the once in silence, we are the voice of the unheard. If you have a story, please reach out. Till next time.